Just imagine this. You get triggered. Your partner says something to you and it just makes you want to shut down. You feel this pit in your stomach and you just like, I don't even want to be around this person right now. I want to go hide. I want to go be alone. I don't want to be around anyone right now. And that feeling then lasts for a while. You just ignore it, try to stuff it down, try to move past it, maybe go to work. And it just builds and builds and builds until you fall asleep that night. Maybe it goes on for weeks and you just hold that. And the reason that we hold on to things like that is because we don't know how to properly suffer. My name is Andrew Ibarra. I'm the founder of The Destined King, and I'm here to share with you how to suffer like a king. And this has been so impactful for me in my life. This has been the number one tool that has helped me to skyrocket from pain and suffering and avoidance and fear into being in my power, owning my light, sharing love, having my heart fully open with the world, succeeding in my business, being in the best shape of my life, attracting an amazing partner, and so much more. And I'm truly believe that this is the number one key to really helping to skyrocket where you are currently into this next evolution, into the best version of yourself, into the king. And so, quickly, just want to share a little bit about myself. So, like I said, I'm currently living my dream life. I am the founder of the Destined King. I'm an international speaker. I live in a beautiful home in the Oakland Hills, and I have a strict ritual of doing my breath work, loving on my body, and having sacred practices in my life that have contributed to financial success and success in my relationship, success in so many areas of life. And I'm so excited to be sharing and giving these wisdom and giving the best tools that I have to you all, so that you can take this and really run with it. And I just want to share that it wasn't always this way. My life wasn't always this incredible, and I didn't always feel so blessed. In fact, there were so many years of my life where I didn't even know that I was on autopilot. I was working day to day, gig to gig, and I had no direction. I was stuck in this spiral of just going through day to day, just trying to get through the day. And I drank a lot, numbed with substance abuse, and yeah, just found myself in a lot of trouble. And through that, after hitting my rock bottom, after multiple DUIs, after a divorce, only after 9 months of being married, um, I found myself in a place where I was ready to make the change and ready to receive the tools from others so that I could really rise into the person that I knew that I could become. Because deep down, I knew I was like, I'm fucking meant for more. I'm meant for more than this life of what I'm currently doing, living day to day. Like this fucking sucks. I'm meant for more. I'm meant to give more in my life, and so I said yes to supporting myself and signing up for programs and learning the tools. I've had many mentors over the years that have given me just the most powerful tools that are out there and ancient wisdoms. And I have found that um, through all of that, the most important thing is to learn how to suffer because we are not taught how to suffer. Andrew, what do you mean by that? Well, what I mean by that is most of what we consider suffering is actually the avoidance of our suffering. We think about this feeling that I mentioned at the beginning, the gut wrenching feelings, the feelings of wanting to hide and shrink in our bodies. And when we're in that state, um, there's no energy available. We're just stuck in the shrink, and we avoid it, and we want to just numb it out and just not look at it. Like, I'm just gonna put this dark thing in the closet and not look at it. And then it just grows. It just grows, and it feels like it's this looming thing, this thing that you're avoiding, that you're not sharing with your partner, or that you're not addressing in your work, whatever it is. It just feels like it's this looming thing, and it can stick with you for, I know it did for me, for weeks at a time. And then it affects eating. You numb out with eating patterns and emotional eating, and you want, other addictions, alcohol, drugs, social media, distractions. All of those are the symptoms, right, of the suffering itself. And so when we learn how to suffer, we go directly at the issue, which is we're living in a 3D world. There is suffering in this world. There's no avoiding it. There's no light at the at the end of the tunnel where it's this perfect world where suffering doesn't exist. It's a part of this world. It's a part of the process. It's a beautiful part of the process where if you can access that, you can learn how to spiral up and use that energy as momentum to help you to get through to the next level. And so, what I'm going to share with you today is how to suffer. So, what we're doing is we're going directly at the suffering. We're gonna dive directly into the suffering. And so that's the reason why it's so important, is because it's going to help you in your relationships, in your work, in your habits, in your rituals. Like any tactical tool only works when you have the energy to actually put it into action. And you only have the energy to put it into action when you have energy available in your body and when you're not suffering, because you've already gone through the suffering, you've already went straight at it. Because when you go straight at it, you go into the center of the storm, and there's this peace in the center of the storm where you're like, ah, feel peace, feel okay. Things are gonna be okay, and you can laugh at it. You can get to this place of remembering that this it's all a game that we're playing here on this world, and you get to have fun with it. But you don't get to that place until you learn how to directly go at the suffering. So that's why it's so important to learn and just pay attention, because this is gold what I'm about to lay down right now. So powerful. So the first thing that you're going to do when you suffer, let's start with the steps. So, step one is going to be safety. So, before we can even dive in and give ourselves the opportunity to dive into the suffering, we have to be safe in our bodies, in our environments, and emotionally first. So, what this could look like is one, your environment. If you have things going on around you and you have people talking to you and pulling your attention, or you got a TV going on, you don't have private space, it's going to be really hard to dive into this and to give yourself the full presence to be able to dive into this. So, finding a quiet area, if you have a room that you're able to get to, great. If not, a car. I've done this multiple times in a car. Anywhere where you just feel safe and you feel like there's no noise, you're not going to be bothered, and you can just have this safe space. So that provides physical safety for you. So the next is emotional safety. So what you want to do is you want to put your hands on your body and just scan and feel where it feels safe. Like, where does it feel really good? You're like, I don't really like touching right here on this part of my body. But ooh, yeah, this feels good. I could just do this all day. I could probably fall asleep right here. This is my safe spot. So I go here and I just breathe into this a few minutes. So just sending all the energy here, breathing into this spot so that you can really just ground in the safety in your body, breathing this in. So once you have that safety, then you can go back to where you felt unsafe on your body. Where did it feel a little bit icky once you did your original scan? And so once you have those feelings and you have the ickiness, and you're just like, okay, you just put your hands there, you're already safe, you're anchored into your safety. So you just imagine like this is your anchor, And then you go to the spot where it did felt a little bit uncomfortable. Just breathe into this spot. And then as you breathe into the spot a few times, you're going to say a few statements. And I'm going to give you the statements here on the screen so that you can see them. Because the statements are a really important piece, and we all sometimes feel these things, especially as a man. These all come for us. So as you close your eyes and you put your hands on your body and you're breathing, you're just going to say all of these statements and feel into which one resonates the most. So breathing into your body and saying, sometimes I feel like I'm unworthy. Breathing in, sometimes I feel like I'm not good enough. Breathing in, sometimes I feel unlovable. Breathing in, sometimes I feel like this pain will never go away. And just feel into which of those resonated the most. And then after you have it, say that one again. So for me, it's usually, sometimes I feel like I'm not good enough. And feel that. And then here is the most important part. As you feel that, you feel the suffering of that. Sometimes I feel like I'm not good enough. And you allow yourself to just feel that. Go into the center. Now we're walking into the storm. This is where the most important work happens. Have to be willing to feel this. Allow yourself to feel it in your body. Sometimes I feel like I'm not good enough. Like nothing I do is good enough. And just make that sound. Make the sound of the suffering. Feel it. You keep going as long as it takes until it's like a laugh cry. And you feel this laugh cry. You feel like I don't know what's happening. You start to come out of it slowly. Allow yourself the time to go through this process. Sometimes it's minutes, sometimes it's 30 seconds. It just depends. Everyone's different, but allow yourself to just be present with that feeling and then just rest. Once you feel that peace, rest in the middle of that storm, in the eye of it. You're just like, fuck. And just feel that peace. And then from this place is where you can take action. From this place is where you have clarity. You're not triggered. You're not in the pain and the wound of it. You're not avoiding. You're like, yeah, I'm back in my power, and you're almost proud of yourself. Like I go into the suffering. That's who I am. I take things head on. I don't avoid. So what's going on? What's underneath this? What's the information that is now coming through? And you can start to assess that with the information that's coming up for you in your body. And so those are the steps. So again, step one, safety, finding a safe spot, finding a safe spot on your body, finding a safe spot in your environment for you physically. Step two is saying the statements, finding where it's icky on your body, touching it, and reading these statements until you find one that resonates. Repeating the one that resonates the most, really feeling it, allow yourself to feel it fully, and go into the pain. Go into the pain directly at it. Go directly at the pain. Just feel it. Allow yourself, trust that you're tethered, that you're going to be okay, and that going into this is exactly what you need. And you're just jumping off the cliff, and you're just trusting. And it can be scary at first when you first start to do this practice. I know it was for me. Just being so numb in my body, not wanting to feel all of these things because of the stories that we make it mean. But once you start to practice this and start to actually own it, less avoiding happens, less numbing happens, right? And less shutdown happens where it's really just allowing for you as a full spectrum being to start to spiral up because you're not avoiding them. Now there's momentum and you can go back into the joy and it'll come back. It's not like this goes away. This is a part of life. It continues to help you to spiral up. The suffering is here on earth for us. So, with that, um, yeah, I've shared how important it is, and I've shared what can happen when you're in your power, right? It's this spiral up. This happens because you have this momentum, because you're able to now have energy to do things, and you're able to create, and you don't feel shut down, and you're taking action, and that feeds into it, and the suffering will come again, and you're like, oh man, I can never get it right. I'm not enough, and then boom, you feel it, and then the energy's back. And so when you dive into the suffering and you're not avoiding, then it really is and just such an energy boost to everything that you're doing in your life, and is the number one tool when you start to do this work. Everything else will be easier when you learn how to suffer like a king. So I would love to hear in the comments what of those statements resonated with you the most. I'd love to hear, like when you put this into practice, like which can you feel in your body, like which of those resonates the most with you? What is your pain? What is your suffering? Just share that with us, and let's get vulnerable because we all have this. We all carry this as men, some level of suffering, and it's a part of this existence. And so let's take the shame out of it. Let's take the stigma out of it, because as we do this work, it is necessary. Um, Part of this work and part of what I do is I coach men specifically with emotional intelligence and somatic tools in their body. So this is just one practice of 12 that I teach that really helps to embody this work so that you're doing the work. It's not just here, it's not just your head, because we've all read the books, we've all taken the online courses, we have all done the free things, and it just doesn't translate to actually making change in your life. We know this. And so the work that I do is to help embody and to bring all of that information and all of the information that's already inside of you, all of the knowledge and the wisdom that is already inside of you, and bring that into your body where it really creates change, where it creates action, which creates new beliefs about yourself, which create new thoughts. And then that spiral starts where the thoughts start to create the beliefs, and the beliefs start to fuel the action. So my program that I have coming up is the Destined King Brotherhood, and I teach all of these embodiment tools and so much more. All of the things that have helped me and that I wish I had years ago, just for you directly in a program, where there's accountability, and there is support and a brotherhood, like this brotherhood that we have here. And so you can visit that, learn more, book a call with me. I have some other things coming up as well. My partner and I are leading a live stream free masterclass later this week, where we're diving into masculine feminine communication. And so you'll get to hear from the feminine and the masculine perspective. And it's going to be super powerful, super, yeah, just in depth. And we're going to give all these sorts of nuggets. So yeah, I welcome you. Head to thedestinedking.com and you can find all the information about me there. Looking forward to connect with you. If you feel called, connect with me here on Facebook. Yeah, I'm just so honored to be here, to be giving. Thank you to Stephen Ocean for just bringing this group together. Um, I'm really enjoying all of the work that is going into and seeing all of you men and the interaction. So thank you so much. I'll leave you with this. If you can learn how to suffer and not avoid, then you can embody the king. And when you can embody the king, Everything is possible. Everything is possible. Love you so much. Gratitude. See you men in the group.